January of 2021 marks the 1 year anniversary of the enactment of what's been called the Child Victims Act. And the Child Victims Act, also known as AB 218, is what has given survivors back their rights to sue abusers and those who covered up the abuse. During that first year, a lot has happened under the Child Victims Act. 1 year ago, some survivors started filing their claims, and shortly thereafter, COVID hit, and it really shut the courts down for a couple of months. But the good news is that that delay in the courts hasn't really affected the rights of survivors, and it gave us as advocates an opportunity to really kind of do our homework and get these cases ready. So during the last year, we've been in contact with what's called the Judicial Council. And the Judicial Council is like the group of judges who oversees all the judges in the state of California. And when the situation of the Child Victims Act was presented to those judges, one of the major focuses at the time are the cases involving the Catholic Church. So there are approximately a dozen Catholic dioceses throughout the state of California. We know there are going to be, and there are, hundreds of cases against all of these dioceses throughout the state of California. And the concern there, logistically, is that that means lawyers are running around to every courthouse in every county throughout the whole state. And that puts at risk the effectiveness of the Child Victims Act, because you have different courts and different judges giving different rulings and different timelines, and it has the possibility of really bogging that down. So during the first year of the window of the Child Victims Act, the Judicial Council recognized that and created 3 epicenters, if you will, for how these cases are going to be handled, at least involving the Catholic Church. So in these 3 epicenters, all of the Catholic dioceses in Northern California are going to be handled in Alameda County, in Oakland, California. Similarly, in Southern California, there are 2 epicenters, one in Los Angeles and one in San Diego County. So this means that there's a small group of judges who are handling the cases involving all of the various dioceses, Catholic dioceses in California. And so these judges will know the cases, will be able to streamline the process and make sure that, for whatever reason, these cases don't get bogged down and spread out across many different courthouses. So survivors now have the advantage of having a streamlined process where there's a small group of judges who see the lawyers like us on a routine basis and can move these cases forward, because the reality is these survivors have been waiting for justice for a really long time, and to let it get bogged down would have been just a travesty. And it's a very, very big victory for survivors to now have this infrastructure where we as advocates know exactly which courthouse to go to, and in many cases, which judge will actually be assigned to their case, so that we can, work for them, and these cases are able to move forward effectively and efficiently.